Hi everybody, welcome again. My name is Stephanie. I am an energy coach. I am a healer and I am here for Zen Mondays. We're just jamming it out today with Sam Smith and Calvin Harris. Welcome to a special edition of Zen Mondays for Thanksgiving. So welcome again. So tonight's edition, I'm going to give you 5 steps on really how you can enjoy this Thanksgiving week. And they're not a bunch of crap steps that it's like, oh, enjoy and breathe. No, I'm gonna give you 5 steps that you can take starting right now to have a stress-free Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving where you can be present, where you can enjoy yourself with your family, when you can have a good time. So let's get started. It's gonna be about 20-25 minutes, and then I posted earlier on my Instagram some questions. So we'll also be answering those questions. All right, so 5 steps to truly enjoy your Thanksgiving and take your power back. So I made some notes. I was really thinking about it for a bunch of different conversations that I've had, experiences that people have shared with me. So I want to make this really, really practical. Okay, so step number 1 is you want to stay really consistent with your routine. So sometimes during the holidays, let's say in Thanksgiving, let's be really specific. It's Thanksgiving, you're maybe cooking, you're buying gifts, you're going out of town, whatever it might be. So many times we end up throwing our routines out the window. So for whatever reason, we think that this week it's like, screw it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And then we still think that we're gonna feel fine by the end of it. It's like, not at all. If you set up a routine that feels really good for you, if you wake up and you work out, if you wake up and meditate, or maybe in the middle of the day you take a break, or you've been really good the past month eating your veggies and eating healthy, pick maybe 2 out of the 5 or however many routine steps you have and stick with them. So you want to make sure that this week, out of all weeks, you're not giving up on yourself and the things that make you feel good in order to cook a dish, in order to meet somebody for dinner, in order to go shopping. Like, those should be non-negotiables. So you start the week tonight, maybe after the Zen Mondays, write a list and say, okay, these are my non-negotiables for this week. I will work out however many times, I will meditate, I will journal. So what are the things about your routine that make you feel the best about yourself? So again, be consistent, stick with a routine. Okay, number 2. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones. We're gonna talk about consistency in your family. Okay, this is what I mean. If you always have an aunt or an uncle or your mom or your sister that's like, so you're still single, and you're like, oh my God, I cannot stand it if this person asks me one more time during a special holiday if I'm single. Or like my grandmother used to do to me, so I've seen that you've gained a couple pounds. I don't want to hear it. I know it. I already feel a little guilty about it. So this is what it is. You want to be consistent and you want to be aware that your family is going to have consistencies. You're going to have the same uncle that's going to make the joke, the same grandmother that's going to be a little bit sarcastic if you gain weight. Maybe your mom is going to drive you crazy about cooking a dish a certain way. I don't care, whatever it is. So think about what are the things in your family that are consistent, that year after year, holiday after holiday, they're the exact same remarks, right? So you want to think about maybe like the top 2 or 3 remarks that you're like, if I listen to this person one more time, tell me that I'm single, or tell me that I've gained weight, or tell me that I'm too skinny, or whatever that comment is, I'm gonna lose it. And you're so stressed about it that you don't even want to go to the holiday dinner because you don't want to face this person. So we are gonna have a plan of action. This is how it's gonna work out. You're gonna think of your top 2 most annoying comments, and you're gonna turn it around. And this is how you're gonna take your power back. So let's say it's, like I said with my grandmother, she always used to be like, so did you gain a couple pounds? I was always like, not as I'm shoving, a pumpkin pie in my face. I don't want to hear you say that. So think of that main comment. So for me, I'll give you the example. Something that I've done in the past is my grandmother, again, love her to pieces. I don't know, it must be a generation thing, or maybe I don't care. But either way, it was annoying and I didn't want it. So you're gonna think of these top 2 comments and the top 2 people that annoy you the most. As soon as you get to the house, wherever the Thanksgiving is being celebrated at, they're the first two people that you're gonna say hi to. Because the way that this strategy works is that you are gonna go to them first. You're not gonna think, well, this year they're not gonna do it, or well, maybe this year I'll avoid them. No, you're not avoiding, and you're not thinking that things are gonna be different when they haven't been in years. So you're gonna go straight to them and you'll be like, so, auntie, I have gained a couple of pounds and I feel so damn good about it. How are you? See what I'm saying? You're gonna switch a strategy around. You might go to your grandmother, she tells you, are you still single? You know, go to her, be like, I am single and it's great. I love it. I'm so excited that I'm gonna be here with you guys during the holiday. So whatever it is, the two most annoying comments that you get during Thanksgiving, you're gonna turn it around, you're gonna think of a comeback, and then they're gonna be the first two people that you are gonna go see during your Thanksgiving dinner. Got it? So you're gonna get it out of the way, you're gonna tell them, you're gonna own whatever it is. If you're single, you're single. It is what it is. You're gonna find somebody. If you've gained a couple pounds, so what? You've gained a couple pounds. You're gonna lose them, or you might love yourself with an extra couple of pounds. You know what I mean? But what I want to reiterate is, don't allow these two people that, even though they love you, to have these comments over you during the whole Thanksgiving dinner. It is not worth it. As soon as you go to them, you're going to tell them what's up. You're going to be a smile on their face. You're going to give them a hug. If you're wearing lipstick, just put a big lipstick on their cheek and continue your night. All right? So if you are joining, hello, my friends. Hi, pretty Sarah. I've been thinking about you. So I am giving you guys 5 tips that you can use during Thanksgiving week to take your power back and actually enjoy the holidays like they were supposed to be enjoyed. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3. Okay, so let's talk about food. So there might be some of you that are listening and you're like, I'm good with food. I can eat. It's great. I don't have any guilt. For the most part, there are a lot of people, a lot of us, that there's a lot of guilt when it comes to the food. So this is what you want to do. When it comes to Thanksgiving, you want to prep in advance, meaning you want to mentally prepare and think of all of the delicious dishes and think, this is what I want to eat. I want to have the mac and cheese. I want to have the mashed potatoes. I want to have the turkey. I want to have it all. Or you know what? The stuffing is never really good. It doesn't do it for me. I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to have double mashed potatoes. Whatever it is, you want to think ahead, because the problem comes during Thanksgiving is that we are unprepared. We've been running around with our chickens with our heads cut off, cooking, buying gifts, prepping the house, buying an outfit. I have no idea, everything you guys do for Thanksgiving. Then the Thanksgiving dinner comes and you're like, you have like all these options for the food, you're unprepared, and you end up just eating everything because you've been unpresent and unaware for the past couple of days. So right now, I already gave you 2 tips that you can think in advance, but for the food, think ahead. What do I want to eat? What's going to make me feel so good? What's going to make me feel like all full, or whatever it is? Is it the mac and cheese? Is it the mashed potatoes? Is it everything? Whatever it is, think ahead. And then for that day, I want to make sure, yes. And this is the way you're going to take your power back. So this is first tip about food, think ahead. What do you want to eat, and what are the foods that you want to enjoy? And the other thing is, if you have an allergy, if you're gluten-free, if you're vegan, like I was vegan for about 8 years, there's no vegan Thanksgiving dish. Like, let's be honest, maybe the wine, I don't know. But instead of going to whoever you're going and complaining like, oh my God, there's nothing gluten-free, they never think about me, there's nothing vegan, I'm starving. Don't make that whole victim story. Nobody cares, because they're happy and they're eating all the delicious food. So if you have some kind of food sensitivity, or if you're vegan, or is there something that you need to bring in order to make your Thanksgiving special, cook it up, girlfriend. Get it, whip it up, bring the dish. There are so many Thanksgiving dinners that I would bring a little tofurkey, my vegan mashed potatoes. It doesn't matter. And it's like, well, I'm going to somebody else's house. I feel uncomfortable. They're going to be full and drunk. They're not going to care that you're eating your little whatever gluten-free vegan stuff is. And Marie, I love you. So is this resonating with you guys? Don't make the victim story and the, oh my God, there's nothing for me to eat. They weren't thinking about me. Of course they weren't. They were thinking about feeding 27 people and making food that applies to 99% of the people attending. You are probably the 1% that's gluten-free or vegan or whatever it is. So how to take your power back during Thanksgiving? If you're going to a household that does not necessarily are in the same eating patterns or habits as you, cook it up, buy it, bring your own food, and make yourself happy. Don't make it on them to make you happy for the foods that they don't have that you want them to have. It's crazy thinking, and they already have 100 things going on. So trust me, you're actually going to alleviate the stress if you bring your own food. Hello, Eric. This is so good. Okay, I'm so pumped. So let me see. Tip number 3, and I'm sharing 3 more. Okay, so let me see some comments here. Damn right, I make gluten-free stuffing, vegan stuffing, regular stuffing. We have like 100 stuffings. Yes. And if you're the host, okay, so let me turn it around for a little bit. This was really great. If you're hosting your Thanksgiving, do not overcomplicate your life for the gluten-free, the vegan, the dairy sensitive folks. No. Unless you're like, you know what, it's my mom and it's my auntie, and that's on you. But you are 100% allowed to say, you know what, people, this is the menu. If you want to bring your own food, I would love that, but this is what I'm making. Because you also, as a host, you want to simplify your life. Like, you're already hosting people, you're decorating, you have to clean your house, you have to wash your hair, you know what I mean? Like, you have to do so many things. So this is the menu. Like, I'm still vegetarian. I don't eat, I'm not vegan anymore, but I'm vegetarian. I go to my in-laws in Long Island. They all love meat and all the jazz. Every year I'm like, all right, sister-in-law, love her. I'm bringing what I want to bring. And also she makes a lot of veggie dishes, but I never in a million years would assume that I'm expecting her to cook for my own taste. Like, I'm the one who wants to stuff my face. And like, so if you're a host, tell the guests, this is what I'm bringing. If you guys have any allergies or sensitivities, feel free to bring it. I have an oven, you can heat it there. So that's something for the host to take their power back. All right. Step number 4, I'm going to share with you guys 2 more steps, and then I have a bonus that is so good. Okay, so let's bring into that energy. Okay, during Thanksgiving, during the holidays in general, you could be at the energy level of the solution, or you can be at the energy level of the problem. So let me explain to you what I'm saying. If you are stressed out about, again, making 100 different types of stuffing, and you're like, I cannot believe that Mary and Jessica and, Jennifer all asked me to bring different types of stuffings. Do they not know that I'm already putting together a Thanksgiving? There, you are the energy level of the problem. You're feeding into that problem and you're adding more energy that's going to stress you out. So throughout the holidays, whether you're cooking, you're traveling, whatever it is you're doing, if you find yourself being stressed or annoyed or frustrated or angry, ask yourself, am I at the level of energy of the problem or the solution? If you are complaining, venting, and then talking shit about everybody else that's asking you to, make exceptions as the host, you're at the level of the problem, meaning you're not going to find a solution if you're the one adding to the problem. So of course, take time, vent, be like, this is unreasonable, whatever, and then just be like, all right, how can I become the level of the solution? You know what? Let me call them and just say, you know what? I promised you I was making the stuffing, but you know what? I'm not going to be able to. Please feel free to bring whatever you want. Or, whatever it is. So as soon as you shift the energy and you are the energy of the solution and you're like, how can I make this better? How can I make this easier? How can I make this enjoyable? You automatically shift the energy within you, and that's when the solutions come. And on top of that, you're also adding to the energy of the community around you. There's so much crazy shit happening around us that even though you're complaining about a stuffing or, whatever it is, and Marie, I keep saying that because of that, but it can be whatever it is. At that point, in a very smaller level, but nonetheless, it still makes impacts, you're still adding to the stress of the collective consciousness. So even though it's your stuffing and your green beans and whatever it is, if you're venting and complaining and that's the train that you're on, you're adding to the energy around us. I love you. So keep thinking, okay, how can I be the level of the solution? And then two, me being at the level of the solution, I'm actually helping at a collective consciousness, the energy of everybody around me. So that's something to think about. I know it goes into a little bit more spiritual, but be conscious that every day you're either adding to the energy around you or you're taking away from it. So what do you choose? And therefore, when you put yourself and you're like, wow, I'm actually making a difference, let me find a solution and then let me make this a better Thanksgiving, a better holiday season, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Sound good? Okay. Step number 5, and then I'm going to give you a bonus, and then I have a few questions that I got earlier from some of you guys. So step number 5, during the Thanksgiving season, you want to make sure, Thanksgiving week or holiday season, you want to make sure that every day you wake up on your own terms. Meaning, if you can set your alarm for even 10 minutes earlier, you want to make sure that you find your daily alignment, is what I call being in the flow. Like you find something when you wake up, whether it's working out or meditating or journaling or coloring or, I don't know, blow drying your hair, something that makes you feel good. Because when you begin the day on your terms, you're not jumping out of bed, the alarm is rushing, you're freaking out, everything's late, and then you're like, you jump on this train of craziness for the rest of the day, everything changes. So begin the day on your own terms. Let me wake up 10 minutes early and meditate and set the intention for the day. So let's say you're grocery shopping. All right, I'm setting the intention today. I'm going grocery shopping. I'm going to find all the ingredients that I want. It's going to be fun. I'm going to find this delicious bread and they're going to be giving free goodies at the grocery store. I'm going to get a coupon. It's going to be, so do you know what I mean? You set the intention for the day. I'm going to show up this way with my kids. This is how we're going to be at work. I'm going to be the light. I'm going to be joy. I'm going to bring that energy. You set the intention and you align. So that way, when the crazy of the holiday season continues throughout the day, you are anchored and grounded. And you don't allow everybody else's insecurities, concerns, doubts, stress get in the way of your alignment. So try, even if you can do it for these next 5 days, every day. All right, I'm going to set my alarm 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early, an hour, whatever you think you can do. And what are the 2 things that I want to do in order to be aligned with my highest good, in order to be aligned with love, in order to be aligned with things that feel good? Everything else will feel so much better. Okay, sound good? Okay, so let me give you the bonus. Okay. This is where I go into my whole spiritual energy healing situation. So this is a bonus. If you are in the middle of manifesting something, let's say you want to find a new job, you want to make more money, you want to meet the man or the woman of your dreams, you want to quit your job, I have no idea. Whatever that desire it is that you've been working on it, right? This week, this is what I want you to do. Keep the desire front in mind. So my desire, it is a financial goal I want to reach by the end of the month, right? So every day this week, even with the foods that I'm eating for Thanksgiving, how early I'm waking up, how late I'm waking up, everything I'm saying. I'll give you the example of the food. Is eating this mac and cheese get me closer to that goal or further away? Meaning, if I eat it, am I going to feel really good and it's going to feel exciting to have that goal? Or if eating this, I'm going to feel guilty and then it's going to take me further away from my goal. So you want to be in the energy of the goal. For me, this financial goal I want to reach is playful, is joyful, it's like free. So literally on my way here, I'll tell you a story. I've been wanting to get ice cream. Oh my God, I've been wanting to get a little swirl ice cream with like peanut butter and chocolate and all the things. And on my way home, I'm like, oh, I really want that ice cream. And then I'm like, wait, is that ice cream in the energy of my financial goal? Or is it going to make me feel guilty and make my stomach hurt? I was like, it's going to make my stomach hurt. But so I didn't have it. But even right now I'm talking to you guys, I'm like, damn it, I really want that ice cream. So you need to think, it might be a little bit hard, but for me, my financial goal is a lot more fun and a lot more important than an ice cream I'm going to eat in 5 minutes. So instead, I got this glass of wine. It's a lot closer to my financial goal and I'm enjoying it. The ice cream will go away. So this is the bonus again. And let me know if you guys have any questions. If you have a goal that you're working towards and it's very front of mind, every time you're trying to make a decision and you're unsure, say, is this going to get me closer to that goal? Like, I'm going to feel better. Am I going to feel more excited? Am I going to feel more clear? Or am I gonna feel guilty? I'm gonna feel like crap. I'm gonna feel like sluggish. Which one is it? Even a comment. If I'm mean to my auntie, is that gonna get me closer to my goal or further away? Because I'm gonna feel bad and I'm gonna have to apologize. So this is what I want to share with you guys. That is my bonus. So I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know. Okay, so now for the second part, let me share with you guys some of the questions that I got through Instagram. If you guys that are listening have any questions, I would love to take them as well. Okay, so question number 1. I end up eating all of the holiday cookies and then I feel guilty and stressed. Help. Okay, so that's an awesome question because I think we can all agree that our cookies, macaroni and cheese, cake, pie, whatever it is, then you feel guilty. So so that's a great question. So before you're eating them, eat one and just say, okay, if I eat another one, is it gonna make me feel guilty or not? So with every cookie, pie, thing that you eat, stop for a minute. Bring consciousness into it. I think a lot of the food guilty comes because we're unconsciously eating and we're feeling guilty from again, stress during the week or being overwhelmed, and the food comes and we're like, whoosh, emotional eating. But with every bite that not every bite, but every serving that you're taking, is this gonna make me feel good? Am I gonna enjoy this, or I'm gonna feel guilty tomorrow? If you're gonna feel guilty, stop. Get a glass of wine, a bottle of water, put it away and just be like, I'm gonna feel guilty. This is not worth it. So yes, it requires a little bit of work. It requires a little bit of consciousness, but the payoff is the next day or the next 3 days. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, I ate too much. I feel so fat. No, take awareness and take your power in that moment. Sound good? Okay. Question number 2. I don't ever have time to work out during the holidays, and then I feel guilty about eating the foods that I want to eat. Awesome question. So when you say I don't ever have time, I'm going to call you out on it. You have time for whatever you have time that you want to do. So make the plan. I talked about it in one of the earlier steps. Stay consistent with your routine. So if you say the best time for you to work out is in the morning, then find the 20 minutes, even if it's 20 minutes and not your usual 45-minute or an hour workout. Because that's the other thing too. You may not have all of the entire time that you normally do, but anybody can find 20 minutes in their day to have a workout. So also think about it. If I work out, I'm gonna feel better, I'm gonna enjoy the foods more. So it's not just the action of working out, but it's the domino effect that comes from everything you're gonna get to enjoy because you worked out. So make the time. I'm calling you out on it. Put your alarm clock, put your clothes out the night before, wake up, have everything ready, 20 minutes and done. Okay. Question number 3, and then I have one more. A dear close friend passed away recently, and even though I want to be happy, I feel down. Can you help? I love this question. Thank you for the person that asked. I think not enough is said about people that have recently passed, and then really being in a place in the holidays that you're like, I want to be happy, but I don't know how to be happy. So first I would say whoever passed away, did they enjoy the holidays? Was this something that they were into it, right? So even though they've passed in the physical form, they're with us in spirit. I always tell you guys, I talk to my angels all the time, and many of those are people that have passed in my life. So throughout the day, I'm calling, a bunch of relatives, not a bunch, but a few relatives, and they're with me all the time. So think about the person to say they may not be here in flesh and blood, but they are here with us celebrating, right? So if they've enjoyed the holidays, would they want me to be sad during the holidays? Would they want me to, be depressed and be down? Or would they want me to celebrate? So try to take yourself out of the equation and think about them and what they would like. And the other way too, you can use the holidays as a time to celebrate them and their life and what they brought into your life, right? So those are the things if you're trying to truly turn it around. Now, on the other hand, if you're like, you know what, this is really hard, honor your feelings and just chill for the holidays. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what, I'd love to go to your Thanksgiving, but I'd rather stay home. So if you're feeling like it's too much of an effort to be out, you can still honor them at home. You can still have your own dinner with them, watch movie with them, I'm meaning in their spirit, and honor your feelings during this time. So don't do more than you know you're capable of, but also think about them. what would be the best way to celebrate them? Would it be feeling down, or will it be feeling joyful? The last thing I will say about angels and people that have passed is that once people have passed, they have a very high joyful energy. Meaning the higher we are with our energy, the happier we are, the more joyful we are, the closer we are to them, because they vibrate really, really high. So if we're down, we're further away from their energy. If we are happier, we are closer to them energetically. So if that helps anybody to think, listen, I really want to feel your presence, I miss you, I love you, it would really benefit you to be happy and joyful, because that's how you're going to feel them closer. Otherwise, they're so far away, that's going to be really hard to be in the same energy level. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. Okay, and then the last question is, I'm so stressed that I'm not even present. What can I do to truly enjoy the holidays? Oh, this is such a good one, because I can totally relate to that, and I actually was going through that a couple weeks ago when I felt like I wasn't even present. So the main reason why you are not present is because you are focused on a future thing that you have to do. So you might be like, I need to plan Christmas, or I need to buy holiday presents, or I need to sell my house, or I need, whatever it is. You're too focused on the future, where that thing of what the future might be is literally robbing your time from your present. So if you are feeling like you are not present enough, then make a list. These are all of my worries. This is everything that I'm worried about right now. I need to find a new job. I need to break up with my boyfriend. I need to move out of the country. I'm trying to find money to pay my kids' tuition. I don't know. Make all of the things and just say, all right, this can wait another couple of days. Or you know what? How do I put myself at the level of the solution instead of the problem? And how do I become present in the holiday? So once you do the list, then you're like, okay, what can I start doing about those things? Some things you might immediately be able to take action. Other things, you know what? I need to think about it a little bit more. Let me put it aside. So that's how you're able to bring yourself to the present, because your mind is not in the future, and that's what's taking your time for being in the present. The last thing I will say, and I've been telling this to all of my private coaching clients, is to say, write an intention for the week of Thanksgiving. You want to write a letter that's like your Thanksgiving intention letter. This is how I want my Thanksgiving week to be. I want to enjoy time with my family. I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel present. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my family, the roof over my head, whatever it is. Write it all out as if it already happened and how you wanted it to be. So throughout the week, if you're ever feeling stressed or out of sync, go back to that beautiful letter you wrote to yourself and allow those words to anchor you back in, so you can truly enjoy the holiday, so it can actually be the happiest time of year and not the most stressful time of year. How are you guys doing? Hello. Okay, so let me know if you had any questions. If you guys are just joining in, this will be live for another 24 hours. I also have it on we'll upload it tomorrow to my YouTube channel. But I share with you guys today 6 tips, and they're really, really good tips in order to have a stress-free holiday. So they're a tip about being consistent with your routine, not just like, giving up on your working out or your meditation or whatever it is. The second tip is understand that some family members are going to have the same comments every single year. So if you have those family members that are like, oh my God, you've gained a couple of pounds, or you're still single, or whatever it is, I give you guys tips on how you can take your power back with those family members. Another tip I share with you is how to take your power back when it comes to food. So you're not eating out of guilt, or you're not eating out of stress. You're actually eating and enjoying it. What else? Oh, and then I talked about daily intention. So you want to make sure that you're setting your intention every single day and you are aligned. So that way when you're getting out of bed and you're starting the day, it's on your own terms, not on somebody else's or your alarm clock. So it's super important during the holidays, you are aligning yourself with your energy, with your flow every single day. So when the day comes, it's not like you're running around with a chicken head cut off. You're like ninja master sensei of Thanksgiving, and you're actually spreading the joy. Yes, Crystal, I love it. Okay, and then what else? That's what I talked about. I love you guys so much. If you have any other questions for Thanksgiving, I'm going to be popping in every single day this week, because I don't mean to be cheesy, but I'm one of those that loves Hallmark, movies. I love Thanksgiving. I truly love being with my family, even though I get to see my in-laws this year. I won't be with my, blood family, but they are amazing. And I am so thankful that I get to be with them. And I actually want to enjoy it. I don't want to just shove food down my face and be stressful because, it's amazing. So I'm going to be popping in this week. If you guys have any questions, DM me. If there's any kind of questions that you're like, I don't know how to deal with this, Steph, can you please help me out? I am here to help you out to truly make the holidays a joyful time of the year and Thanksgiving. So if you guys love this episode, share with your friends. I will have it tomorrow up on YouTube. You can look me up on Stephanie Virchaux. And what else? One more thing I want to share with you. I am hosting a TEDx in New York. I co-founded a TEDx Bethune Street, NYC. Tickets are live and they're ready to be bought by all of you. It's December 9th. So go to my link in my profile, check out the tickets, check out the speakers. It's going to be so amazing. I love you guys so much. Have the best Thanksgiving week ever. Continuing following your joy always and in all ways. Mwah. Take care.